Hi guys, this is Emanuel
and Zeke
from
Easy Go Travel. On this video, we are going to Rome. So our first stop of this trip is in Civitavecchia. And from Civitavecchia, we had to get the train to Rome, which was roughly, maybe like an hour on the train, 45 minutes to an hour. And then from there, get a taxi or Uber to get us to the Vatican. So we had a tour plan of the Vatican Gardens. As you can see, it was just stunning. And of course, I did not think, at least, you see on TV, the Vatican looks pretty big, but it's actually really much bigger. And there's a lot to see, a lot to do, and it was really busy, especially after what happened historically, maybe like a couple weeks before the passing of the previous pope and the enactment of the new pope. So there was definitely a lot of people, and yeah, it was pretty crowded. But yeah, we had a tour of the gardens, and then after that, it was kind of a self-led tour of the Vatican, where we got to kind of explore, walk around, see other artwork and sculptures, and go to the Sistine Chapel, amongst other churches as well, right there at the Vatican. So there's a lot of artwork and history, and it was just a stunning experience overall.
At the cruise port, there's usually a shuttle that will take you from the Civitavecchia to the train station. But unfortunately, when we arrived, there was no shuttle to be found. Fortunately, there was a taxi driver who was rounding up people to take passengers from the cruise to the train station, who was only charging about €8 per person, and they only take euros. So make sure you have euros when you travel to Civitavecchia. We bought our tickets ahead of time, and then make sure you download the Train Italia app, because you can manage your tickets there. If you need to make some changes to your ticket, you can do it on the app. The self-guided excursion is actually doable, because we have like 12 hours at the port, and also if you plan to make arrangements ahead of time, so you can do it. Plus, we save a lot of money doing it on our own. We decided to do our own tour, and I bought like a Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel reserve entry with Vatican Gardens open bus tour online.
And it was a pretty thorough experience through the Vatican Museum. Like, they kind of guide you in a way. You kind of have to follow everybody else, but it's pretty organized. So we're able to explore a vast amount of the Vatican Museum as we're heading towards the Sistine Chapel to see Michelangelo's masterpiece. And this took quite some time to get there. It was like hallway after hallway, everything covered in art and paintings and sculptures. It was just never ending. Like, it was really rich in Catholicism culture and artifacts, and it was just stunning overall. And here we are in the Sistine Chapel, where the conclave took place literally like a week or two before. So it felt pretty awesome having to be there and witness, technically, a piece of history in the making. And after that, we're like, well, since we're already here, let's go to St. Peter's Square. And surprisingly, it was not that busy. We were able to get in pretty quickly through security, walk around, and then make our way inside St. Peter's. And it was breathtaking. It really was. It was my first time here. Like, you see it on TV, but you really can't emphasize how stunning and beautiful it is in person. We walked around. We definitely took pictures. There was a mass going on at the very front of the church, and it was just overall impressive just to be inside, and definitely one of those opportunities that do not come around very often, especially since obviously we live so far away. So obviously once we're here, it's like you kind of need to make the most out of it. And as you can see, it does attract a lot of people, and it was pretty busy once we were inside. And we also had the opportunity, as you'll see coming up, to walk through the Holy Door, which is a door that only opens once every 25 years. So we stumbled upon this as we were trying to exit, and we ended up in another line to go back inside, but through the Holy Door, which obviously it's another opportunity that does not come around often, especially like I said, it comes every 25 years that it actually opens. So of course it's another thing, something that, you know, it's an opportunity that does not come often. And once again, we're back inside, so we had to go through this line, through the crowd, and back to where we started to get to another line, which is the line to actually exit the church. So nonetheless, it was an amazing experience walking through the Vatican, through St. Peter. And once we were done, we kind of just walked around the outskirts, and just, you know, we kind of need to cool off a little bit, grab a snack, but also kind of make the most out of Rome that we had in the day. So luckily we were able to make it to the Trevi Fountain, and it was actually very busy. It was stunning, but there was so many people, a big crowd. It was kind of just, okay, we see it, take a picture, let's go. And on our way back, we stopped by this really innovative gelato place where they had a gelato inside a lemon, which they call it limon and limon. It was delicious. It was refreshing. It was the perfect way to end our day in Rome. It was refreshing. It was light. And of course, it was picture worthy. And that's why I made it on the video. And here we are back at the train station on our way back to the ship. And of course, since we're in Italy, why not have Italian? So we went to Extra Virgin, the Virgin Cruise Line's Italian restaurant. And it was so good, so delicious, perfect sized plates and entrees. It was one of my favorite restaurants to eat on Virgin, so I highly recommend it. We also had an affogato that they make tableside for you, so a nice way to end the night. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.